What's up, family? What's Splash? Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Shout out to one of my subscribers, Real Oz. I want to say I appreciate Real Oz. He made a comment on one of my videos that I should write a book for young men, kind of a guide, life guide towards young men. And I said in the comments, that'd be a good idea, and that may be something I may do. But I want to do some of my videos as kind of like chapters. If I was to write a book, what that chapter would be towards the young men. So that's why I say shout out to Real Eyes and Evens because for just giving me that idea. So if this was a book, this video right here, I would title this one Towards Young Men. Why the new man has to pay the old tab. Why the new man has to pay the old tab. Continuing on social media, what I'm seeing, also the comment sections on some of my videos, also a couple of emails that I've gotten from young men, a lot of it is still saying that women are still, instead of trying to be involved with them, get to know them, have a relationship with them, they're coming out the gate asking for the six figures, 100,000, 150,000, and they still wanted to know why was this the case. So I want to make this video to give my opinion as to why this is the case. Let me say this because I want to be clear on some things. I want to be clear on how I feel, in my opinion, my perspective. I don't know everything. I'm giving my personal opinion. I think in the single dating market, I do not believe that there is a lot of good men or women of single available in the dating pool. I want to make that clear. Okay. So now you heard me say men or women. Okay. So a lot of my videos I make from a male perspective. So if I say there's not a lot of good women, you heard me already say as well, so I may not say as well as men because I'm talking to men about what to look for from women. Does that make sense? Okay. So I don't think there's a lot of good women single in the dating market. It don't mean that they're all bad. I just don't think the majority are going to be good. I think that life, especially at our age, and especially for even young men with social media, society, not growing up, a lot of them without a father figure or really knowing how things are supposed to be, it's messing a lot of people up. So there's no true example. So my desire is to somehow try to guide young men so that they may avoid certain pitfalls that those of us who have been around a while have fallen into and wasted our time. So, now that I got that out the way, why the new man has to pay the old tab. Number one, I'm going to talk about four different types of women. The first woman I'm going to call is the reimbursement woman. The reimbursement woman, and this is why she wants 150,000 a year man. She don't bring that kind of money. She don't bring that kind of money. She don't bring that kind of substance or worth. But what has happened in her life, she has a history of poor relationship decisions, poor financial decisions. That's her history. Early in her dating life, she made poor decisions concerning her own life. She don't like the way it ended up, both relationally and financially. Okay? So now that she is in her 30s and 40s, what she wants to do, she wants to be reimbursed for the time that she wasted. Because remember, a lot of this connects to accountability. She wants to be reimbursed for the time that she wasted while she was making those poor choices. But you realize when you get into your 30s and 40s that life is speeding up, things is happening fast. You don't have the same time to mess around like you used to. So if you're going to get on the dating scene now, you say, well, I done made poor choices before. Now he got to be towards the top. I want a man that makes $150,000 a year. The reimbursement woman. I want to be reimbursed for the time that I wasted and spent of decisions that I made that had nothing to do with you. But now that you are in my life, or now that I get to choose you, or now that you are interested in me, or now that I'm able to step back and make a decision as far as what kind of man that I want. I want him to be a six-figure man so I can be reimbursed for my past. Number two, you have the baggage woman. And I thought about this one because just using the letter B, the baggage woman, she gonna come bad credit. Probably had one or two baby daddies that still owe backed up child support. She got debt. That's the baggage woman. She bringing kids, which ain't nothing wrong with, y'all know how we talked about single moms, but she's bringing kids to the situation that had no father around. He didn't pay for anything. She did it all. By doing it all, it may have put her in debt if she didn't have support around her. Maybe, she wanted to go to school, didn't finish school. She got some college debt. She done ran up some credit cards trying to manage a household. And now she realized, I have done this by myself. It's time for me to get the blessing God's got for me. Because they don't get all spiritual when you get older, right? That's what they say. You get older, you get all spiritual now. I know God's got somebody for me. Even though I got bad credit, bad debt, I ain't taking no responsibility or accountability to get myself out of this first. If I can find a man, that's the way of thinking now. If I can find a man that makes X amount of dollars, and he has to be aware that by accepting me, he has to also be accepting the whole package of me. If he loved me, right? If you love me, he got to accept the whole package of me, which includes my debt, which includes my bad management, which includes maybe my bad children, which includes the fact that the baby daddies have backed up child support that they never gonna pay. But if he loved me, he gotta take on this whole responsibility. I need him to make six figures. That's the baggage woman. Number three, blame social media for this one. Number three, blame reality TV for this one. Number three, blame TikTok couples going on luxury vacations and cruises all the time. It's a fantasy woman. The fantasy woman sees what's going on social media, television, videos, TikTok, YouTube, and she convinced herself that she is worth that as well. She looks at what's going on with the shows that she watched. She's watching shows with couples living lavish. And she say to herself, what's the difference between Sabrina and me? Matter of fact, I look better than her. Why should she get to take all the cruises, all the vacations? It's the fantasy woman. The fantasy woman is not we all like to travel, right? If you get a chance, everybody get a chance to travel. We all like to travel. But the fantasy woman is the woman that's saying, don't even try to holler at me if you don't have a passport. Yeah. Don't even try to come talk to me if you don't have a passport. Now let's do the math. If you have a passport, obviously she has one, and y'all take a trip to Paris, Y'all take a trip to the Alps. Y'all take a trip to Greece. Y'all take a trip to Israel. Who you think paying for this? That's why she needs you to make sure you got a passport. Because if you got a passport, you saying I'm game and able to travel. And if you dated her, you also saying I'm bringing you with me, which means she gets to live a luxury lifestyle. So obviously, in order to pull that off, guess what? I need him to make 150,000. This is a woman that's not really going to be into you as a person. She is what I call willing to date into the lifestyle. As long as you have the means for the type of lifestyle she wants, she will date you. She's dating you for the lifestyle. She's not dating you for who you are as a man. She's dating you. The fantasy woman is there for the lifestyle. When the lifestyle runs out, she's gone. Yes, when you stop putting her on a plane, and God forbid she got to sit in economy in the back what's the laboratory? That's what they call the bathrooms on the plane, by the lavatory, whatever they call it on the plane. I've been on a million times and forgot what it was, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Every now and then the doors are flap open and the smell of the bathroom may come out. You sit in the back where you can smell all the gas. Air conditioning don't work that good back there. God forbid. So you got to have her in a good spot. When they board the plane, she ain't pregnant, but she want to get on first. You got to pay extra for them kind of tickets. That's the luxury fantasy woman. Fantasy lifestyle, she'll stick with you. Money run out, she gone. Her investment was never in you. Last but not least, hopefully this will help you. The Band-Aid woman. The Band-Aid woman is kind of a combination of them all. Okay? This is a woman that understands she has been hurt in her past by men. She may even be the type of woman that really don't have confidence in men. She may be the type of woman that believes all men are no good. Whatever it is, she's been hurt and the hurt is still inside of her. She ain't healed yet. But what she's willing to do, even though she knows that men, in her mind, she feels like men are sorry, no good, low down, as the movie say, low down, dirty shame. She feels that men are like that. In her mind, men sorry. But she's a Band-Aid woman. So she's willing to put a Band-Aid over her pain if it comes with a high price tag. In other words, if the salary is 6 figures or better, she'll deal with it because she feels like this is my reward from the other knuckleheads that hurt me. Never mind her poor decision making. Never mind any part that she played. Never mind she chose the type of guys that she dated. Never mind she chose to stay in it. Never mind she was probably part of the problem as well. It always takes two. Nobody, very rarely, is one person solely responsible. Never mind all that. The Band-Aid woman says, if he come with 6 figures or better, and really the Band-Aid woman, in my opinion, she gonna want them 6 figures to be closer to 200,000. She really wants to make sure all this hurt, all this grief, all the nights that I spent crying, somebody gonna pay for that. So now I look good, I'm cute, I'm stepping out. I want a man that makes 6 figures. Fellas, listen to me. Relationships from the beginning of time, no matter how you look at it, there's one thing that has to ring true in order for it to be successful, especially in America where it's not arranged. It must reciprocate. Young men, listen to me, and women too. Find you somebody that reciprocates the same energy that you put into them. Now, what they do for you may not be what you do for them, but the energy is the same. You may pay for every dinner date. You may, as a man, pay for every movie. You may do this, do that. But her energy coming back to you, if it's done correctly, it's still going to reciprocate the same type of energy that you gave to her. If you not dating or interested in a woman like that, leave her alone. If you not willing to reciprocate the energy she giving you, leave her alone. And if she is not reciprocating the energy that you give to her, when you leave that night after a date, after a hangout, after a weekend, and you feel like I done spent X amount of dollars and I ain't getting nothing out of it but some kitty cat, you're in a bad situation. Do not be in a relationship. You wouldn't even work a job, even though jobs ain't paying much nowadays. You wouldn't even last long at a job if you feel that what you was doing, your paycheck don't show hardly any of that. At least we can look at it and say, I want a little bit more, but I see a little something. Reciprocation. Remember that, young man. Get in a relate. None of these people that I talked about, the reimbursement woman, the baggage woman, the fantasy woman, the band-aid woman, none of these women are going to reciprocate into the man. All they're going to do is take, 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 take. So I gave you some advice. Hopefully you got it. Good.